Remember, all I'm offering is the truth, nothing more.
I'm a relationship hacker.
Run up and get touched up, suicide. And all of y'all know my style. I excel, then prevail. Run up and get touched up, suicide, that's it. And all of y'all know my style.
Ladies and gentlemen, the final ZOWHAT show of 2016 is upon you. You like that beat, Kev?
Yeah.
Who did that beat? Whose beat is that? Is that you?
It's you?
You did that beat, Julian?
Word.
This motherfucker's talented.
Okay.
And we might be wasting him. I don't know. Hey, why is the beat low now? After we're complimenting it. Some shit white people do. You be liking something, you're like, well, I'll take it away. Fuck what you like. I will show my infinite powers of whiteness. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the ZOWHAT Morning Show. You know how we get down. Difficult topics. We have a doozy of a topic today. I promise you, man. You do not want to miss what's going to go down now. This is Hot Button Radio as well. A lot of people get confused. Hot Button, Dash Radio. Well, Dash Radio, I like to say, is the network, right? This is the Dash Radio network, kind of like Sirius XM. But then they have a lot of stations. Sirius XM has a bunch of stations. Well, Dash Radio has a bunch of stations. Hot Button is the talk station. This is how you find the ZOWHAT Morning Show every Monday, 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We've got a panel here that's going to deal with some things, but as is commonplace, you know we like to deal with community empowerment in the beginning. My homeboy is in the building. He just got here. I love promoting this guy's business, but today I'm going to start with my GoFundMe page. I'm telling you right now, this is the final show of the year. We won't be back for 3 weeks, so I need you guys to make your impact felt today. That is www.gofundme.com/Zoe Williams. We're trying to build our own network, the VOR Radio Network, and we need your support. We need you to get on it right now. That's www.gofundme.com/Zoe Williams. What I will do for anybody that is really, really getting it in today, we're going to shout you out on the radio. Now, other businesses to be promoted. We Juice just walked in the building, fresh. Oh, he got, okay, baby, I'm a star. This is mine. Because you never bring this consistently, my dude. This is the one for me. Baby, I'm a star. White grape, strawberry, blueberry. Fresh juices. You figure deals? WeJuice.com. He comes every week and provides us with juices for the panel. Hold on, Kev. I'm promoting. Hold on. Get your fingers off it.
I'm just looking at it. We'll see
Oh,
what
this
it
is
is.
my other favorite. By the way,
Don't get the body protector put on.
This is. Read what's in there.
It's for your skin, so I guess it promotes healthy skin. It's grapefruit. Yeah.
Put that back.
Oh, grapefruit,
We ain't done yet.
cantaloupe, and pear.
It's every man for himself when he done.
We just caught a white man stealing. So
See,
they do a lot
and he
of
keeping
that.
it.
So what? You got a discount for the listener? What's the discount? Tell him into Kevin's mic.
You order over 12
You want to
juices.
talk in the mic? Or
I got a discount for the listeners. When you order over 12 juices, you just apply ZOWHAT to the discount thing, and you'll get 15% off.
Well,
So
look at
again,
you.
that's 15% off when you buy over 12 juices. All you do is apply ZOWHAT to the discount code.
There it is right there. We got businesses to promote. Everybody can have these juices. I don't really care here. Oh, you took my little ginger
No,
grenade.
you can't have that. I want this
Hey, she stole the ginger grenade. Listen,
Yum.
the stuff is very healthy. It's good for you. You should participate in it. It's good stuff. We Juice. Now, really quickly, Shepherd Sweets is doing a holiday special, man. She brought some new candy called Christmas Crack.
What?
Some old peppermint chocolate toffee menagerie going on.
What?
I get punked. She be like, I raised your kids to be good people. You gonna promote
I raised your
this
kids
shit.
to be good
Okay,
people.
cool. Jesus, they dope. You did good. Shit, okay, hell. Anyway, Shepherd's Sweets. She's got these sweet potato cupcakes. She gave us a sweet potato cake today.
She gave
A whole cake. So, listen, go to her website, support her business, keep her popping because she's popping right now. This is the last time I'm gonna be able to promote her for the next 3 weeks. Any business we promote today, you gotta go cash mob them. It's Cash Mob Mondays. Support black businesses. Recycle black dollars. That's why we're doing this. Also, my book, The Relationship Dismount, How to Stick the Landing When Exiting a Toxic Relationship, is available at my website. It's available on iTunes. Is it iTunes, iBooks, iStore? Yeah, one of them. It's on Kindle if you want the digital situation. But if you want the physical copy from me, signed, sealed, delivered, you got to go to my website, IamZoeWilliams.com. Go to Amazon and check the 96, 93, what is that? We got like a lot of, what do they call those? Reviews. How about that? Got a lot of reviews.
It's Monday.
Hey, it's Monday. Jesus. The coffee hasn't kicked in yet.
Some weed popcorn.
Yeah. The weed popcorn will kill you, my nigga. It almost killed me now.
As you said.
So, yeah. If you want to read about the book, it is a powerful workbook. I don't like to just have stories and opinions. I like a workbook, something that can work some shit out in your bullshit life. But we're trying to fix it. That's why we write books like this, The Relationship Dismount. You can go find it there, IamZoeWilliams.com. Also, where's Frank? Is Frank here? Frank, you'll be able to pop these websites in, right, when we edit. Okay, great. Freedom Paper Company. You're going to wipe your ass with a black man's product. The black man has taken over ass wiping. There's a company out there that they own their own. He don't call it toilet tissue. He calls it bathroom tissue.
Toilet paper.
Toilet, right? High-end wipery. FreedomPaperCompany.com. They have all types of toiletries, all types of, bathroom, household products. This is a serious business. And the brother came on the show because we never knew him. Somebody just told me about it. I started promoting it. It blew him up. And then the guy called me and said, I have to find the person who everybody keeps saying, I found out about you through this dude. The dude opened up another factory somewhere because the audience was so active in that area. I mean, I think he's on the East Coast. They had to open up a plant in Texas to fulfill all the orders. FreedomPaperCompany.com. It's a good business, black-owned business. Let's support it. Also, Ram Omar NYC, good friend of mine out of New York, fashion designer, Ram Omar. I wear a lot of his pieces, very, very fly stuff, walking around like you're a fucking museum. It's ancient Egyptian and African designs incorporated into high-end fashion. It's gorgeous. Dude gave Rihanna a bunch of stuff. Rihanna has hats and purses and he's working with a lot of people like that. So yeah. I mean, he's blowing up. You want to get on board? Ram Omar NYC. RBGTs. Gotta fuck with them too. They got a lot of dope t-shirts. RBGTs. My other group that I love is Power in One Clothing, or PIO Clothing.com. Hold on, my son is here. Come here, man. Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time ever, the young lion. Laying up in his cut. Yeah. Okay, you want to pull that chair? Well, the dog has a chair. Melissa's dog has a chair. Just to let you know the level of carte blanche the dog has. The dog has a chair. Like the dog has a chair and an apartment. The dog has a dog apartment in a chair. I just want you to know, like, that's her little area over there. Hey, Newt Williams just transferred from Auburn University. Big step the kid made. He just turned 20 years old, and he's making decisions. I had to support him. I got his back. You already know how I get down. And now he has a business. New, speaking to the mic and tell people what your business is about. You've got 60 seconds.
Well.
Hey, Hey, stop trying to produce my son. Go ahead and speak.
Well, I do photography and videography. I also edit photos, edit videos. I do logos. I do photo touch-ups. My Instagram is BewareOptix, BewareOptix. You can find me on there. You can find me on Facebook at the same name. Hit me up. You know, can't say
And if you happen to disagree with his work or not like something, he can take you to the basketball court and you two can figure it out there.
Good looking, son. Hey, he's in the building with us today. We're going to have a great time. Kevin, what are you promoting? What kind of shit you got to sell?
Got some good shit. Yeah, so we just made some hoodies, some new zip hoodies. This is the Native Amaru-Kan hoodie. For those of you who don't know, Amaru or Amaru-Ka was the original name of America. It means the land of the feathered serpent or land of the dragon.
Quetzalcoatl and them?
Yep, Quetzalcoatl. So this is a zip hoodie, and so you also got it on the front. It's two-sided, and then we also have the Dragon Moor. This is the Dragon Moor hoodie. So this is actually only one-sided. So if you want some Christmas presents, go ahead to realnagas.com, hook those up. Also, my boy Hassan got the All Rights Reserved shirts on right here. Go ahead and knock those out. Also, if you want some training, hit me up at 3bbootcamp.com.
Now, he's a hell of a trainer. Both these motherfuckers train. I tend to visit them very rarely.
But yeah, just
fuck with him in spurts.
So realnagas.com, REELNAGAS. Go ahead and hook up the Christmas gifts.
That's what it is. That's what it is. Dr. G. Just listen.
Just Listen is my book, but my one-man show is Steve Jobs Returns. Go to LinkedIn, look up Steve Jobs Returns. My last name, Goulston, Goulston. I'm sort of in the off Broadway thing. Doing
way off Broadway.
Well, I may do it at the LA Times in the next couple months, and then stay tuned. A year from now, I'm going to do it at Apple in front of the whole company.
And you're playing Steve Jobs.
I am Steve Jobs, back from the dead, and boy, every day I'm back from the dead. I see the world through his eyes, and
I heard Steve Jobs was excited.
No, he's going to sue me, that mother. But because he sues everyone. But
was an asshole.
See, you got a little taste of my Steve Jobs a-hole part. But I'll tell you, it's nice to be able to play someone else when you're a wuss as yourself.
Wow. Okay, that was scary. Miss Melyssa Ford, yeah.
That's funny. Well, I've got a couple of things happening in the new year that I'm really not at liberty to talk about right now, just because they're in the infancy stage. But what I can promote is my show on Dash, Hollywood Unlocked Uncensored. So we're doing a little cross-pollination, cross-promotion thing here happening. So we're on Mondays and Wednesdays from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. And well, our last guest was Prisha, the head doctor, and she blew a cucumber.
Wow.
Yeah.
I saw the video.
You saw that, right?
It was...
Did you see my expression?
Yes,
More power to her. She got like 20,000 extra followers after our show. She went viral.
Quite amazing.
It was a sight to be seen. Yeah. So check out the show Hollywood Unlocked Uncensored. We have a lot of fun in that studio.
Man. So you already know what it is. Follow Melyssa Ford. Do you have Instagram? Do you have Twitter?
I do. I have on Instagram. I am the Melyssa Ford, TheMelyssaford, and on Twitter I'm Miss Melyssa Ford, MISSMELYSSAFORD.
Either way, it's all her.
It's all me. Yes, it's all me.
Ladies and gentlemen, the ZOWHAT Morning Show is turned up. The last ZOWHAT show of 2016. If you don't promote these businesses and support these businesses, I just don't really know what to do about you people.
Yeah, Jeff. What about Jeff? He's got to promote him.
Jeff
you never squeeze him in.
Nothing.
Nothing to promote.
Go ahead.
I'm just smoking weed at the house. Hey.
No, but Jeff has Jeff Brownies.
Yeah, Jeff's Brownies. The book is coming out.
Come on.
Get the music that you can faintly hear in the background.
That's because you don't have on headphones. We hear it nicely. He wants it louder, in other words.
Yes, turn the music up.
He's promoting
that's
himself.
my music. song. I'm in a movie with Akon that's coming out next year. That's fantastic.
Turn up Chintzy Jones.
Yes. No. Maybe face.
Maybe face.
Yes. So that, and I guess we'll be back.
We'll be back at 2.2 with today's topic. Dr. G will set it up. We're having a great time. Don't forget, hit that GoFundMe right now so I can shout you out when we come back from break. Holla!
Oh, shit.
Hello again from Dr. G's Relationship Toolbox.
Okay, shit, let me do it. Let me do it.
Yeah.
We tried something different.
Yeah,
and ladies and gentlemen, right.
Took off from the free throw line and fell in the paint.
Right. Darth Slater. There's like a nerd Darth Vader comes in. Anyway, welcome back to the ZOWHAT Morning Show. Dr. G is the guy who's supposed to set up his own little segment here, Dr. G's Toolbox, where he gives us a different perspective on today's topic. Dr. G, what do you have for us?
Well,
See how that was?
I hope I can impress you, which will be the first time. Today we're talking about victimhood. So take this one to the bank. Layered knowledge does not wisdom make.
Woo!
Layered knowledge does not wisdom make. What does that mean? What is victimhood? Well, victimhood is when you have a limiting belief that you're treating like a fact. And you don't know. And you don't know that it's not a fact. And why do we do it? What causes it? Well, it's because what happens is information is coming in 24/7, even when you're dreaming. I don't want to go into the dream I had about Donald Trump last night.
You dreaming
it was
about
a
man?
nightmare. But,
Okay, cool.
but anyway, but what happens is information is coming in all the time, and so you have to filter it. Otherwise, you can't keep up with it because you can't shut it out. And so your way of filtering it is you come up with these little beliefs you have, and the more you believe them, the more you think that they're a fact. And the problem is that if your belief is that you can't do anything, that you're a victim, you start to look at the world through the eyes of a victim. So if you want some personal growth, here's a couple tips for you. The next time you're feeling like a victim, ask yourself why and ask it 5 times. See what you get to. Next time you're feeling defensive, ask yourself why and go down 5 more levels. And then finally, when you're in doubt, which is all of us, ask yourself about what and do that 5 times. You do that with victimhood, do that with doubt, and you do that with being defensiveness, and you'll be amazed at what you can do to those limiting beliefs in your limited life.
Okay, limited overuse. No. Anyway, flag on the play. We're back in the building. Today's topic, as Dr. G so eloquently set up, I'm going to call it something a little different. How not to be a deadbeat person. Listen, we always hear about deadbeat dads or deadbeat moms or deadbeat parents. But what about the deadbeat person? The person who loves being mediocre. We're at the end of the year. This is the time when people make superficial resolutions about who they're gonna be next year, knowing 5 minutes after the apple drops, you get comfortable, right? Being that corny motherfucker you've always been. Well, today's topic.
I'm finna lose this weight this year. Can I go on in this? Am I digging in somebody's candy?
That's everybody's candy.
That's everybody's candy. I'm gonna lose this damn weight this year. I'm gonna get me some of that Dick Gregory.
Dick Gregory got
Bohemian diet.
Bohemian diet.
Bohemian diet.
I'm gonna finish them pickled pig's feet first.
So again, a lot of times people, because you know the natural thing most people do, and of course these are all generalities. There are no absolutes. Some but all, some but not all. I have to preface that for the people pedaling slower than us. But again, right? I'm just saying, a lot of times in relationships, blame is a lot of times just the thing that makes whatever conflict is already there, it makes it worse. The blaming. Well, if you would have did that, if you would have did this, again, a deadbeat person can't see their contribution to the ugliness of the situation they're currently experiencing. So what I'm trying to do with this show is to point out those habitudes that plague your mind. Habitudes, bad habits, and fucked up attitudes. Habitudes. Yes, you're a deadbeat person. That's why you attracted a deadbeat dad. Ugh, that's ugly. I know a lot of women out there is like, I didn't do nothing to attract this fucked up person. Yeah, you did. And there's a lot of men out there going, she ain't shit, but you ain't shit either. You smell of bovine feces as well. Right?
You were brought together by your bovinity.
Your bovinity is the glue that keeps you together. So again, today's topic, how not to be a deadbeat person going into 2017. We've got Kevin Berenger. We've got Melyssa Ford. I have to say her name like that. I don't know why. We have Jeff Brown, and we have Dr. Mark Goulston. We need to jump in on this topic right now. I've got questions. True or false? Our ego plays a very significant role in habitual excuse making. Do you know just an excuse-ridden motherfucker who can't own nothing? Everything is happening
It's them.
to them as opposed to because of them. Oh, shit. You want to call in? The number to dial is 323-230-4445. That's 323-230-4445. True or false? Indulging in ego boosting through excuse making will likely have the reverse result, a deflated personal self-worth. You know, motherfucker big and bad in front of everybody else, but go behind the door and break down into 14 million pieces. Hey, do you know that person? Are you dating them? Why are you dating that motherfucker? Are deadbeat people energy vampires? Oh, Jesus.
Oh, my God.
Why are so many people governed by their limiting beliefs? Why is being a deadbeat person so comfortable to so many? Mediocrity is like a warm snuggie, my nigga. Just zip up my back. I'm finna lay down on the couch and this regular shit right here. Just sit me in, my nigga.
The only thing stopping me from slapping the shit out of you is this beautiful lady right here. Did you just say, zip up my mediocre snuggie?
That's what I said. It's happening to a lot of people. Deadbeat people. Holding a grudge. You know, unforgiveness makes you a deadbeat person too. Just holding a grudge. Mad because it didn't work. Fucking up little kids under your rule because it didn't work. And that's men and women. Ugh, shit. Who's ready to jump into this topic? Jeff Brown is itching. Get busy, brother.
Man, you always catch me saving shit for the rent. But I believe mediocrity is necessary.
Okay, here this nigga goes.
God bless those who really just want to waddle in their own social feces because they make the lane wide for us hustlers. They make the when I hear I was for a time doing some work in union avoidance, which is basically you go into companies and show them where they fucking up. I have never heard a hustler complain about the union. I've never heard it. That has become my number one indicator. If you open your mouth and talk about what they doing down at the union hall and how the union gonna change and how someone else outside of you is gonna change what's going on internally, I know right there I'm put you in the mediocre pile. And put you right in the mediocre pile. But we need these people. God bless the people, and I'm not fronting on it. I'm not fronting on it. I come from a long line of hardworking blue collar people who really just wanted to take care of their families, and they were following their programming. And God bless them. Somebody got to drive the buses. Somebody got to keep the streets clean. I am not this and that. If that's what you're doing, do that. But understand that you don't get to make fun of or ridicule me because I'm a little freer than you.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was the master of
The run-on sentence?
the meaningful filibuster. Let's get into Melyssa Ford's POV.
Good God.
Jesus Christ.
If she was any finer, she'd burst into white light.
You guys are fucking funny. Well, I'm sitting here listening to it, and I was just like thinking, I'm originally from Canada and moved to the States. I moved to New York, about 16 years ago, and New York is basically the land of the hustler. It is. I've never seen such, a population full of driven people, who are just want to make, $1 out of 15 cents, can make a business out of, I don't know, just origami, I don't know.
Shoelaces, nigga.
Shoelaces,
business
exactly.
out of farts.
Exactly. So when I think about mediocrity, I also kind of attach I also attach entitlement to that because, and especially coming to live in LA, and that's not to say that people in LA are, mediocre or whatever the case is.
Here come the hate.
But no, it's not that. As a matter of fact, I love native, Californians. That's not what it is. A lot of people come here and they want to get involved in the entertainment business. And they already have a built-in sense of entitlement. So they don't have any sort of work ethic involved with their hustle. I mean, actually, it's the antithesis of that. They don't have a hustle. It's non-existent.
Go deeper.
And so, I'm constantly, coming up against people, working with people, or just associations that are made where my work ethic is as such that I'm ready to roll my sleeves up, get dirt underneath my fingernails, and people out here just seem to be like, oh, the sun's shining. It's Wednesday. Let's go to the beach. And it's just, what is happening? Like, it's just the acceptance that somebody else is going to come along and fix their problems, or they're going to just kind of do everything for them, point them in the right direction, tie their shoelaces for them. And it's just like, I just don't understand that. I don't understand the acceptance of living a mediocre life and not wanting to, do something for yourself. Like, I feel like merit accounts for something.
Ooh, merit.
Damn,
like I feel really, really good about myself when I've accomplished something on my own,
She got the grind of an ugly girl.
Yeah, I do.
Ugly people work hard. You can't just show up. Ugly girl, can you do breaks? I need some help. Okay, I'm sorry.
Dr. G.
Okay.
Then Kevin.
Okay, out of all this, I have our New Year's resolution that we're all going to make. You ready for it? New Year's resolution is starting January 1st. None of us will blame, complain, whine, or make excuses, and none of us will listen to it from anyone else. And
Wait a minute.
And we will cut them off.
Are you talking about people in this room, or are you talking about people within the sound of your voice?
I think people listening, I think people in this room, but if you think about it, if you can stop yourself when you're blaming, complaining, whining, or making excuses, and then you respectfully, and if necessary, disrespectfully, stop other people who are doing the same, and you basically say, sorry, I can't hear this. If I listen to you, I'm just enabling you to stay kind of a loser. I don't want to do that.
I agree with that.
So I'm going to change the subject here. So what do you think of that New Year's resolution?
I could smoke a bag of that. Let's get with Kev, though. He has a point. We don't want to skip past Kev. Then I'm come back to Jeff on that.
Well, I like to basically call it, what is your level of mashivity? And
Mashivity, my niggas.
And I have been a trainer. So back, when I was younger, I was about 300 pounds. And, my level of mashivity was bullshit. I was head and shoulders.
I'm gonna sing a song for you.
I was body and cheeks, homie.
Bill's gonna tell you a thing or two.
I had no mash out though, as far as training. I was more of an intellectual. So the physical part of it, I just didn't have that. And then, I had to gain that type of desire to want to do it. And so for most people, a lot of them are conditioned into mediocrity, from everything around in society. They just basically try to lull you into sleep. And so it's very hard for a lot of people, when you're connected or when you're hooked into society, to find that if you're not that type of person. Now, some people can become those type of people. Victim to me, or the root word of victim means someone who is sacrificed to a deity or something other than that. So when I have my clients and they come to me and they try to tell me certain things, well, I haven't never been able to do that. I've never been able to do this. The one word they will not use, when they're with me is can't. That's the dirty word. You will not use that C word with me.
Dirty 4-letter word.
It's a dirty word. And every time they say it, I literally push them to show them that they can do it. And then once people are able to see that they can do something, then that confidence builds up slowly to more and more until you're able to get to that part where you're able to mash out and do stuff. So it's basically what you put out into the universe will come back to you.
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, let's take it up another notch. Joining the conversation right now, Ronnie Khan. Veronica Conway.
Ronnie Khan.
My nickname Stick, goddammit.
Ronnie
Young
Keezy.
Lion, Ronnie Khan.
Veronica.
Ronnie Keezy.
Hello.
Hi. I'm so excited. Veronica's back on the panel.
Let's go, BC. Can I have my phone back, please? Jesus. No, go ahead, Veronica.
So what's the question? They were patching me, and what's the question?
Oh, you just jumped in. All right, well, listen for a little bit. We're talking about deadbeat people.
Yes.
Not deadbeat parents, because I believe deadbeat parents are the result of deadbeat thoughts. You attracted a common, regular, average motherfucker. Because you common. Regular. And average.
And that's not the worst thing in the world.
No, it's not. But understand what you had in common was there to make you uncommon if you chose to accept the mission. See, people don't understand that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? You want to jump in now, Veronica, on the side?
You got something to say now?
Yeah, I think that what happens is that there are people in life whose appetite exceeds their contribution. Right, their appetite and what they're there to consume from other people, from a situation, it exceeds their desire to contribute.
Wow.
So when you don't. And so so the people around them, if they don't have boundaries, then they allow that to continue. Because people that want to take, that are takers, never have limits. But people that want to give, never seem to have limits. Right. So this is about setting boundaries with people, whose appetites exceed their contribution.
Damn, I can't be with you.
Whoa.
Because
your
your
My Little Pony music?
Yeah, we don't do My Little Pony here.
Oh, sorry. 'Cause
See,
she's a unicorn.
Yeah, she's going to always be a unicorn. But sometimes there's not enough glitter to go around.
I'm telling you. Well, you trying to make lemonade out of unicorn tears. That's what there ain't that many. Ain't that many, goddammit.
Glitter and gummy bears.
Hey, but what about the chronic quitter? We talk about the blamer and the victim. What about the chronic quitter? Ask yourself a question. What makes up the mentality of a quitter? What is going on in their mind that says, you ain't gonna be able to do that shit anyway. You might as well just get off the freeway here. Talk to me, Jeff.
I think a lot of that has to, and I believe I'm going to speak for just about everybody in this room. When you
don't speak on me, homie.
Don't speak on me, homie.
No, I'm just kidding.
Keep your mouth up off me, homie.
No, homie.
Everybody here has been in a social situation, like maybe with a family gathering or just a big family situation. And when you were very young, you knew, I'm different from these motherfuckers in this room. I know. I don't think like that. I don't know why I don't think like that. But I have been stricken with a higher consciousness frequency. And when you do that, you whether you want to look at it or not, you're in the perfect vantage point to look over and see the programming that was running for them that you're just not on. A lot of it is about what your daddy did and what your daddy said. And what your daddy is teaching you something, whether he there or not. Your
mom too.
Your mama. What did your mama teach you in your daddy's absence?
Oof.
What about failure did she teach you? If she did not openly, yes, if whoever raised you did not openly have a conversation with you about failure and how to avoid it, then you're sitting in it.
Oh wait, this is good. This is good because we could change the paradigm right here.
Yeah.
You just said something that was huge.
No, I do that a lot. Don't point it out all the time.
If we prep our kids to understand, as your parent, I only have part of the information.
That's it.
What I'm saying to you is a half truth. So in order for you to really know what I'm trying to get to you, you have to look for the contrast of what I'm saying.
Yes.
And I'm saying this is in the event that there's
Yes.
no dad or it's dad and no mom. Hey, I'm giving you my piece of this puzzle. But there are other connecting ideas. So don't take what I'm saying as the unadulterated gospel. If we can train kids like that in a single parent situation, we might be able to avoid raising a deadbeat.
I actually train my kids this way. Look, everything, you have to challenge everything. Everything I'm telling you, you can come back to me and respectfully challenge. Come back to me and respectfully challenge washing your ass every day. Come back to me and respectfully challenge.
Make a harder challenge.
Being organized. Any of it. Being organized.
Kid that I ain't gonna wash my ass and I'm gonna be fine. I'm gonna smell good.
I'm gonna say, that's right. That's my natural essence. I'm trying to attract who I'm supposed to attract with my pheromones. Yeah.
Well, going into what you were asking about.
It was Doc's turn, but
you pointed
okay,
to
cool.
me. You pointed to me after him.
No, I didn't.
Brother, yes, you did.
No, I
Yes, you
didn't.
did.
Okay, break it up. Break it up.
For the love of God, whose fucking turn
I
is
know what
it?
I did. I pointed at Dr. G, didn't I, Dr. G? Did I point at you?
You did.
I did.
You pointed at me
See,
first.
the white man trumps you.
And that's a
first.
minute.
Okay, no, go ahead.
That's a minute we can't get back. I'm gonna have some more candy.
Yeah,
It's okay. I get even with all of you outside the studio, you know.
That's right. He fucks our credit up.
Yes.
So the
buy this.
basic mentality of a defeatist, is this is a person who was never taught that an obstacle is a lesson. They usually teach an obstacle as a stop sign and instead of figure out another way sign. So, when you have that type of
wait. Say that again. A figure out another way sign. Can somebody make a meme? Like a figure out another way sign?
Right.
We need a meme for that. That's dope.
That's dope. That's hot.
That's a t-shirt. Figure
Say
out
more.
another way sign.
Say more, young dragon.
To yield.
Well, no, I mean when you treat obstacles as a lesson, and so you're always learning, so you're never actually losing something. So even if you get into something and it doesn't work out, you've understood how not to do it now. So you always learn. If you teach an obstacle or you treat an obstacle, as a lesson always, then you can't really have a defeatist attitude. To me,
Right. There's a lot of faulty logic out there. People will say either it was a blessing or a lesson. Lessons are blessings. See, people don't understand that. Like, well, either it was a blessing or a lesson. In other words, either I get what I want or I learn something. No, learning something is a blessing.
Yes.
Like, let's just get the...
That's your people.
Let's stop fucking up with the stupid logic here.
That's your people.
Right? You
That's your
mentioned,
people.
No,
That's
you
your
mentioned
people.
something very big, though. One of my favorite books, Quincy Jones put me onto it. I tell people to get this all the time, Power versus Force. Dr. David Hawkins, PhD. Great book. In the book, he talks about the vibrational differences in certain terms used. Certain terms will lower your strength. From the space of kinesiology, from the study of kinesiology, you get stronger when the truth is spoken. You get weaker when lies are spoken. This shit is science.
The
It's
truth
study.
is truth is sit-ups, lies is chitlins.
Okay, lay down. There's a little spot back over there in the corner. Yeah,
The truth is sit-ups.
The truth is pull-ups, nigga.
No, but
the truth is cardio.
Right.
Lies
Right.
is lard.
Lies is lard.
It's McDonald's.
No, but it's big because he pointed out what I love about his book is he gives you the list of words. So the word that empowered you versus the word that weakened you. And what you just said challenge was an empowered word. Challenge makes you stronger. Impeded makes you weaker. When you turn challenge into something that impedes you, you are stopped. Challenge is a fucking ladder, and being impeded is a wall. That's right. Oh, it was just powerful. That shit resonated. Yeah. So, you want to say something to that, Veronica? I see you edging in. We can't see you.
Yeah, because I think one of the things that I had to teach my son, right, was on the way to big results, you're going to encounter pressure. And all success is the ability to withstand pressure.
Wow.
So because when you set out to do something big, right, then you're going to encounter obstacles. And so inside of those obstacles is a possibility that you're going to fail, that you're going to be uncomfortable, that you're going to lose money, that you're going to fail publicly. There's all of this pressure, right? And so your capacity to withstand that and move through it is the key. But so often people give up at the first sign of discomfort.
Say more about discomfort, stopping people, making them punk out.
Well, I mean, you'd be amazed. I mean, because this is what I do for a living, right? Is I help people kind of cross over into some new thing that they haven't done before. And whenever you're crossing over into some new thing that you haven't done before that you really want, there's like inherent risk. There's, can you get on the phone and sell somebody something? Can you, withstand, one of the greatest fears is of failing publicly. Can you go out publicly and say, I'm putting my butt on the mat for having this, and be willing to do and put up with whatever ridicule or risk or whatever happens because of it. So there's all kinds of discomforts, and I think that when we're on the road to achievement and aspiration, we're going to have to, by definition, you have to constantly be prepared to be massively uncomfortable because you're doing something you haven't done before. But I think most people don't have the tools to sit in the discomfort and what it means about them, because we think the discomfort means something about us. We think the failure means something about us. It just means that we're on the path.
Oh, this is good. This is good. Dr. G, speak on it, and then I'm going to come back to Melyssa Ford, and then we're going to break. Man, this is heavy right now. If your life isn't changing, then you might as well kill yourself. I mean, don't kill yourself. Don't do that. Just kind of listen to what we're saying, Dr. G.
Do you think this is too harsh? Every time you give your kid an answer that they could find on their own, every time you bail them out for their actions when the world won't, there are at that same moment, and this is a modest estimate, 10 million other kids the exact same age who are not being bailed out, who are finding their own answers, and those people and your kid are going to grow up, and those people are going to be your kid's boss, and they're going to fire them. And they're going to come back and stay with you forever.
Say more.
Think that's too harsh?
No.
Hell no.
I think
That's the young lion.
You need to go to Altadena, California. I know 30 black people that fit that description perfectly. They're
okay. So let me take the first thing because
that was big.
No, because
wait. We have to marinate on that. That was big. Let me tell you why that's big. Young Lion is here right now because of that. You don't have a gang of parents who put their children in an environment where intellectual discourse at this level is exchanged, right? Send that kid off somewhere to people who are pedaling slower than this. There's going to be a disconnect with that kid and those people. That's why he's here now. Do you understand? And like you said, those people who don't understand you and they're in a position of power will try to fire you. You see? Again.
They won't try. They will do it because they won't accept excuses, blaming, or whining.
Right. Or context. We live in a black and white society. It's either this or that. That little middle part that's ambiguous and gray, I don't understand that. I either get this or I get that, or it's a deal breaker.
Well, that's why we give you rules, because rules are for followers. Okay, that's why we give you the rules. You're the followers. We need you following.
That's right.
That's right. The people who make the rules don't follow them fucking rules.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Because they didn't make the rules for them. They made them for the followers.
Represent your hat, nigga.
Follow the
Okay.
rules.
Okay. Another New Year's resolution for all of us. Every time you're about to give an answer to your kid that they could find on their own, just pause. If you say to yourself they could find the answer on their own, tell them to do it. Because every time you're giving them an answer they don't find on their own and other people are finding on their own, you're disabling them from being competitive with those other people. And again, they're going to bounce back. So never move out of your house, keep their bedroom forever, but they're going to be in a sorry place when you die.
Wow. Melyssa.
It boggles my mind just, how technology has developed in such a way that the answer is literally at our fingertips. Like at all times, anything that we want to know is it's a Google search away, basically. Back in my day, you
had to go do that shit yourself.
I had the whole Encyclopedia Britannica set.
Oh,
okay,
shit.
remember that? I just told on myself as to how old I am. But yes, my parents bought me the encyclopedia. I mean, like, I was so curious as a child, and it was stimulated by my parents not giving me the answer at all. They were like, you want to know the answer, you go find it. So I used to read dictionaries and thesauruses and encyclopedias so that I could find the information. And that would lead to me being, curious about something else and something else. And, it just amazes me how, I don't want to blame just a specific generation, just anybody who is just so comfortable with asking questions where the answers are literally there.
Right there.
It's right there in front of you. And I don't know. It's just, I get a little judgy.
Oh, shit. Damn Scorpio.
I'm sorry. I try not to, but it's, yeah, a little, yeah.
Yes. Do or do not.
Yeah.
There is no try.
And I want to go back to your first, New Year's Eve, New Year's resolution. Can you reiterate
I was about to say, we got New Year's Eve resolution?
No, sorry, New Year's resolution. What was the first one that you said? Because I wanted to say something about
over
that.
at 12.
Okay, I'm going to get messed up on New Year's.
My bad.
Well, we can combine them because the first New Year's Eve resolution was a New Year's resolution is stop yourself
from enabling people.
But enabling yourself by stop allowing blaming, complaining, whining, or making excuses.
Right.
And then when you run into someone who's doing that, before you get angry or ticked off, pause and think to yourself, I don't want to enable them. You're doing them a disservice by not telling them no.
Okay, so I just had a friend over to my house, who came to visit me from New York. And the first thing that she did was launched into a tirade about an ex-boyfriend. Well, he's now ex. They've been doing the on and off thing. It's like a roller coaster, and it's like, oh my God, just please give me a Xanax. I don't want to hear this shit anymore. So literally, I just stopped her mid-conversation because I'd heard it all before. I was like, listen, I need you to do something. You need to ask yourself, how are you contributing to your own misery? Because I don't want to hear this shit anymore. Like, seriously. Like, if you have to ask yourself that question. How are you contributing to your own misery?
Oh yeah, I got. Can I step in?
Yes, of course, please.
Dr. G, hurry up. We have to take a break. We're well overdue.
So this is what you want to do when you're dealing with someone who's complaining, blaming, whining, or making excuses. Before they pick up speed and you're getting resentful, literally what you say is, I need to stop you because I am doing you a disservice by listening to you.
Damn. That's the classy way of saying it.
Because when I listen to you, what I've noticed is you get something off your chest which is directly correlated to your motivation to do anything about it. And the more I listen to you and the more that you get stuff off your chest, the less you do about it. And as your friend, as you're in your family, I can't be complicit in your staying stuck and going nowhere. So I'm going to cut you off every time I hear that complaining, blaming, whining, or making excuses.
Oh, wow. Here we go. Let's start a fight, cutting people off. Anyway, we're going to take a quick break, ladies and gentlemen. The So What Morning Show is on fire. It's the last So What show of the year 2016. Listen, if you want to keep the quality of what we're doing, you see the videos on YouTube. You know we killing the game right now. It looks beautiful. It sounds great. If you want to participate in the movement, go to my GoFundMe page right now. That is www.gofundme.com/Zoe Williams. Get at me. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, Jeff Brown's intellectual irritant rant, and then we'll get back into the topic. Deadbeat people. I know a gang of these motherfuckers. We'll be back. Ladies and gentlemen, we in here freaking out over Joseph Lineberg's Astro Progressions album. Man, if you want to just change your mindset, man, without weed, I can only imagine with weed what's happening.
Why would I do that? Without weed.
I can see Jeff just butt naked on the roof on a magic carpet with a gang of glitter dust on himself.
That was just a couple of days ago. I'm trying to figure out why I would try to change my mind without weed. Why would I do something like that?
Praying to a plastic Santa, like, dude, come on, baby, please.
Why would I walk to work when I got a car?
Oh my God. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the ZOWHAT Morning Show. We're having a really riveting topic. Why are so many people governed by their mental, emotional, and physical limitations? Why is being a deadbeat person so comfortable to so many? Man, we're talking about deadbeat people. We quick to blame other people in our relationship. They lied to us. A sister emailed me the other day and was like, well, what happens? She was talking about, I read your book, and in your book you said relationship is a mirror, and the reflections you get back from the person is your curriculum. But what if you're a good person and you've attracted a liar? I said, sister, do you have any insecurities? Any level of weakness will bring on a low vibration. That low vibration could come as a liar or as a loaf. The fact of the matter is, when you recognize and identify in you what the issue is, it doesn't mean you have a liar gets a liar. No, it doesn't mean that. You could be lying to yourself about how you feel about your face. Self-esteem, self-worth. See what I'm saying? You attract a vibration, not just a particular behavior. Oh, I was just trying to explain to it. All of it is low behavior. Lying, cheating, disingenuous characters, people who are not people of their word, who don't stand on something, that kind of stuff. It doesn't mean you get exactly, oh, I'm a liar, so I get a liar. It doesn't work that way. I didn't mean to go on a rant, but speaking of rants, Jeff Brown, this is his segment.
Well, you know what?
The intellectual rant. Jeff Brown.
I think I'm going to take off from that. I'm going to let that be the alley-oop. When you talked about the difference, if your relationship is a mirror and you find yourself with a liar, are you a liar? No. Think of it this way. Them prizes at Dave and Buster's? In the back, we got to have the tickets to where you got to pay $175 worth of tickets to buy something that's worth $9. Mm-hmm. Well, there are things on levels, and liars and loafers, they're on a particular level that your self-esteem has the tickets for. Ooh. Your self-esteem hasn't afforded you more tickets. So you see that dude or that woman up there on the top shelf? You can't afford that yet. So as long as you deal down here, you're going to have to deal with these bullshit prizes. So make yourself happy with that fucking whistle and get the fuck on. Learn the definition of an apology. Most mediocre people have no idea what an apology is. An apology is an admission of guilt and your feelings about it that have absolutely nothing to do with the actions, statements, or feelings of the individual you are apologizing to. If your apology has "but you" in it, okay. What do vacation, sleep, and relaxation differ? How do vacation, sleep, and relaxation differ from you at 100%? The difference between a reason and an excuse. Reasons exist. People often hear you give a reason and blame it on an excuse. An excuse means that this thing that I didn't do is covered by this thing that I did say. If you fuck up, there's always a reason. There's rarely an excuse. Drop the need for everything to be taken care of. Mediocre people, that's how they go into a regular supermarket and just buy the shit in the middle. Footnote, only the shit on the edges of the supermarket are good for you. All that shit in the middle is bad. You think that you have the latitude to leave your house and go about your very life and the society you live in got your back. It don't. Everybody ain't special. Everyone has the potential to be, but everybody ain't. Everybody not gonna find that special thing that they were put here to be because they're focused on somebody else's special thing. And when they failed at being somebody else's special thing, they figure they just failed.
Well, get on into the final thought then while you're at it.
Okay. Because everybody ain't special.
Today,
for
Jeff,
those of you who are arrogant enough to believe that you, like myself and the people in this room, I find them to be special. This is why the young lion is sitting here, because whether he knows it or not, he has learned that for special people, ordinary things, ordinary people, ordinary thoughts, ordinary places are poison to you if you are special. The last thing you need around you is a motherfucker that's ordinary. Somebody that's gonna go, wait a minute. So you're gonna be in videos and you gonna make that a career? Girl, UPS is hiring. You need to kill that bitch with a spoon. Get her away from you.
Here we go.
Ordinary is poison.
With a spoon.
All right, I'm done.
All righty. Hey, listen.
Wait. No is strong. No because is stronger.
Ooh.
No, if you can't fuck with me with no. All you telling me with no, you ain't telling me I can't do it. You telling me I can't do it with you.
Ooh.
Okay? If you tell me no, if the because is not because you are a 51-year-old black male with a pot gut and bad knees, if that ain't it, then fuck you. I'm gonna find a way to do it.
Yeah, Jeff. They tuned out a long time ago.
Did they good? Okay, I just had to say that to me.
You guys are gonna have to listen to the replay to really hear what you
fuck them all.
So listen, the So What show is back in the building. That was another incredible intellectual rant, and it was a rant for real. Maybe I think more of a filibuster than a rant, but it was great.
It was a rantabuster.
Hey, a rantabuster. I love it. Joining the round table for today's topic, the young lion, my kid.
The young lion.
New Williams. The reason why I'm putting him on here, I mean, this is my son. I talk shit about him all the time. You know, I go down to his school, meet with his players, his teammates or whatever, and they're like, shut up, New. Your dad is talking. Because a lot of these kids
ain't never had that.
Ain't got it like that.
Thirsty for that.
New be like, I was raised in this shit. I'm cool. I'm finna go in the bathroom.
This nigga 20 years.
Shit.
Is he talking about prosperity? I know how that one ends.
But let me tell you why the kid.
In the bathroom mouthing it.
Right. Right. In the mirror, picking his hair.
I know what my dad is saying. That's my dad.
But again, let me tell you why it's important that we start raising kids like him. Because one thing I put in him, it's on you. When you know, it's on you. See, now when you don't know, then it's on me to educate you on what you need to know. But once you know, it's on you. See, this is why a lot of people are deadbeat people, because they're afraid of the responsibility that comes with knowing.
Woo!
I taught him how to do that. Speak on it, son. Tell him about your experience in college and, excuses, work ethic, mentoring. They didn't want this dude to leave because he's the glue to the team. Speak on that. Want to speak in the mic? Producing your ass. No.
Well, in college, especially college athletics, they build an environment where you can't be an adult.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
So most times when players get out of college athletics, especially players that really have no future and playing beyond college athletics, oftentimes they aren't ready for the real world because they haven't been prepared for it. They tell you when to get up. They tell you when to go to sleep. They tell you when you got to go to class. They tell you what classes you have to take.
And when to take them.
Exactly.
In order to stay eligible.
Oh, sorry. I mean, a lot of the times they put kids in fluff classes that'll get them an easy A to keep the GPA high. And, you know, and they'll get praise for having a 3.0 or 3.5 GPA when they're taking bowling.
Wow.
I failed at that one.
You failed at a lot of shit, Doc. Let this guy go, okay?
So with me being there, you know, my dad, he thinks I don't listen to him because I don't pay him attention. But
Neither do we. Hey, high five.
That's
Neither do we.
Exactly. No, well, let me say it with some bass.
But
Neither
I mean,
do we, goddammit.
But I mean, I've paid enough attention during my lifetime to, you know, understand the concept that he tells me over and over. So,
that he tells me over and over. They fucking know.
I know, Dad, I know.
So when it came to my team, I was always the guy that everyone would come to. Everyone, if anybody is having problems, the coaches would come to me. Hey, can you talk to this guy? And you know, I would do it because, you know, I care for my teammates. You know, I didn't really care for them, but I care for my teammates. So I did it, and they make just being a college athlete, you make a lot of excuses. Well, I did this because of this. I did this because of that. And it takes away from the learning experience you get from doing what you did. It makes it harder to accept what you did and then learn how to fix it. Because, well, I did it because I was doing this. So it doesn't give you a chance to reflect. So, I mean, that's basically what I was there for. Well, look, you could have done it this way. And then maybe this would have happened. Maybe the outcome would have been different. Maybe you could have did it a different way and the result may have been good instead of bad. Maybe it couldn't have been. Nah, never do that.
Y'all can ask me questions.
Yeah, never do that. I never do that.
Here's a question.
And he doesn't drink, doesn't smoke. Oh, okay, go ahead, Jeff.
Stop bragging on yourself. Okay.
This is my nigga right there, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, this is addressed to the young lion. So aptly named. Who nicknamed him the young
I think it was Jeff Brown, but fuck him too. Go ahead.
Fuck him too. Do you find being raised with a father who takes direct, absolute part in your experience growing up? Was it easy for you? And I've heard this before. I'm just asking you. Was it easy for you to pick out dudes your age that you could tell that they didn't have that? And if so, how?
What did them niggas look like?
Right.
Yeah. It's easy to see. It's very easy to see because they're not mentally tough. They don't have the mentality that can take them to where they say they want to go. Most times it's just talk. I mean, I want to go. I want to do this. I want to do that. But what are you actually doing to put yourself in a position to be able to do that? And that's typically where you can tell. That's typically where you can see is the drive, the motivation that they have to do what they need to do. And most times, you know, that has to do. You guys are talking about mediocrity. Mediocrity is learned. Just like everything in society is learned. I mean, most people, when they're growing up, don't just, oh, well, I'm gonna do this. I mean, it's typically learned in the household. If your parents are mediocre, if your environment is mediocre and your parents are a reflection of your environment, then I mean, you're gonna be mediocre and there's nothing you can do about
that's
it.
enough, nigga. I need my job.
I was about to say.
That is Zoe 2.0.
That is
younger,
you.
stronger,
Shit.
faster.
Yeah.
Let's just go with that one. Let's get rid of the old one.
This nigga
Let's put him on an oldies station.
right, the $12 million man.
That's right.
Shit. Fucking upgrade.
That's
this nigga got 2
That
bionic
was
eyes.
that was Rubber Band Man by the Stylistics. I'm Zoe Williams. I've been fired from my other job by my son.
This nigga's hired him. Hey, but nothing makes me more proud to hear that.
Damn it.
You know what I'm saying?
Good job, bro.
Zoe's tearing up. I can see it.
No, it's real. Nothing makes me more proud than that. And then the shit that's even colder is his little sister.
Oh,
This little motherfucker.
the queen,
here.
Miss Prima.
Woo. She just turned 17 on Saturday. Yikes. This one here?
Yeah, they don't stay small.
Shit. Okay, cool. So we're back. I had to do that because there's no reason to be mediocre. There isn't. There's no reason to be a deadbeat person.
I disagree.
No, listen. When we give the reason, because now we have to define the difference between reasons and excuses.
Yes.
Right? For me, a reason would be, let's talk about institutionalized racism, right? Let's talk about predatory lending. Let's talk about racism in banking. Let's talk about racism in the entertainment business. Let's talk about racism in real estate.
Environmental racism.
Right. Let's see. So those are reasons, but excuses are, we can't change the system.
Yeah.
That's an excuse.
Yeah.
So my whole point is, self-talk is powerful. See, your resilience or lack thereof is dependent on self-talk. What you convince yourself to believe to be irreparable. If cancer can be cured with a placebo, imagine what you could do to your neighborhood. What's the placebo to change your perspective with regards to how you view the neighborhood? Do you understand?
I ran into that when I was on stage one night in Chicago. The audience was like 97% black. There was some white people there. And some dude yelled out, "Fuck white people." And I said, "You know what, sir? I have the exact same attitude that you do. I say fuck white people.
Except for Dr.
I
G.
say fuck white people, and
And John.
I tell you which white people I hate the worst.
Weinfeld.
I hate the ones that go over to the projects late at night, sneak in, break out all the windows, and piss in the elevators. I hate those fucking white people. Okay? All white folks did was give the hood an area. You motherfuckers fucked it up. Ain't nobody told you that pissing in the elevator had a goddamn thing to do with your situation, okay? Ain't no white folks. White folks brought the hood. They didn't bring the roaches. They just brought the hood, okay? It's how you do. How many of y'all...
Wait, stop. Can you imagine? Just a truck, like a nondescript van of white people pulling up
late at
with
night, little plastic bags of roaches.
And just let them go.
I ain't got the no. I just got the roaches. You got the sugar. So you gonna run in front of me with a hole in a bag of sugar, and I'm gonna let the roaches out. Is that what's happening?
Oh my God.
Okay.
Hilarious.
We have been. I believe in the reverse of the pervasive thought about excuses. I believe excuses are platinum. They're platinum. It is the misuse of that word. Okay? Slaves were, I excuse them from literacy. They have a competent excuse from not being literate. It's against the law, and that dirty motherfucker over there is gonna hang me if he catch me with a book. You have an excuse. If you can't read now, you got a reason. But you don't have an excuse. Ooh. An excuse is platinum, bruh. It's just that people throw that word around a lot. Nobody really gives a fuck about your reason.
Wow. Veronica Conway, get in here.
Yeah.
And then Melyssa, we need some femininity.
I think there's something that we have to understand about the way humans behave, right? And I deal with this all the time in my work. And so if we want to change something, if we want to change a behavior or a perception, then we have to change the underlying reasons for having it. So the thing is that there's what's called a cost and there's called a payoff for anything that you do, right? There's a price that you pay for doing it, but there's a hidden, deeper, darker payoff. So, and Dr. G may understand this model because it's out of traditional psychotherapy. There's the idea of a victim, of a rescuer, and a perpetrator, right? And that's a dynamic that exists in people, that exists among cultures. And so the payoff for being a victim is as addictive as heroin, right? The payoff for not having to be responsible or for controlling people's attention. The payoff for being a rescuer is the need for significance and the need to be seen as somebody that's benevolent. The payoff for being a perpetrator, right, is that you get to control other people. But when you look at it in the context of how it plays out racially, right, in the way the media portrays black people as either victims or perpetrators and white people as rescuers, there's a dynamic that gets played off that rewards victim consciousness for black people. It is perpetuated throughout the media. It's perpetuated throughout the culture. So I think if we want to really start shifting people's behavioral norms, we have to take away their reasons for wanting to have it. There's a payoff right now for being a victim.
What's your payoff, black people? What's your payoff? Okay? You've been a victim long enough. What's your payoff, nigger? I'm sorry, it was Dr. Phil. Okay, forgive me.
Good.
I tried. I'm sorry. Okay, I feel like Dr. G right now. I'm trying to be funny. Okay. Jeff, save me.
Oh, okay. I don't know if I can, but I'll try. Yes, that's one of the things I've always wanted to be, was a paramedic, just to say this. When somebody gets in really fucked up and they go, am I going to die? Yes, but not today. Yes, you're going to die. We're all going to die.
But not today.
But not today.
I like that.
I think the payoff most for black people has, I don't know what it is. I just know what it's born of. It's born of the lack of knowledge of self.
Yeah.
If you really knew that all math and all science, and you believed it, that all math,
well, if you
all
know it,
science,
if you know it, you don't really have to believe it.
Well, no, because I know a bunch of dudes that know it and don't believe it because they can quote you all kind of hotep type shit.
They don't know it.
No,
then they don't know it.
I disagree with that. I firmly disagree.
You disagree with a lot of shit, Jeff.
Dude,
you can be aware of it,
dude. They know. I know cats that know and can't find two nickels to rub together.
Then they deadbeat people.
And they're deadbeat people, and it does not have anything to do with what they know. It has to do with what they apply.
Right.
Okay? Just because you know it, don't mean you can know it in your bones and not apply it.
Well, all knowledge is a hammer and a tool in a toolbox.
Yes, knowledge is a hammer and a toolbox.
If you don't apply it, you don't know it.
You don't. Right. Okay. All right.
That's my.
Okay.
There you go. Now go sit in the corner.
Bro.
I'm fucking with you, Jeff.
I know. Fuck me, I lost my point. Someone else.
Can I throw a payoff? Can I dive in with a payoff for being a victim?
Sure, yes, Whitey Locks.
Absolutely.
These are very nice Whitey Locks.
Yes, that's his name, Whitey Locks. Melissa's
I need
over here bugging, right?
I need hair plugs. No excuses.
Right. We only rough with people we love.
Right.
We only rough with people we love. Go ahead.
So I think another excuse for being a victim is when you stop being a victim and you see how far behind you are from your peers, there can be a temporary feeling of discouragement and despair. I remember years ago, I saw someone who had previously been a genius. He was on the law review of his law school, and then he got into real bad drugs. And so by the time I saw him, he was bipolar, and no one had been able to treat him. And one day I I got him on meds that actually stabilized him. And he looked right through me. His IQ was now down from 180 to about 140. And he looked right through me and he said, I had it all and I blew it and I'm never getting it back. And he looked right through me, and I said, you're still smarter than 90% of the people. And
I was about to say.
And he said, he said, don't bullshit me. I had it all. I lost it, and I'm never going to catch up. And, he could see that I was kind of having trouble with it. Anyway, I never saw him again except on the streets years later. And I asked this mentor of mine, I said, God, I had him sane. And he looked at me and he said, you are not God. You had him sane, and it was a sanity that would have made him kill himself.
Wow.
So you can't be down on yourself, because he couldn't live with how far behind he was. So one of the payoffs for victimhood, it's an excuse. And what I tell people who have lost 5 or 10 years, it's amazing. If you put your mind to it and you hustle, you can catch up to people who are 10 years ahead of you in a year.
Yes.
Right? Sometimes in an instant, in the way, if you look at the world differently. But that's one of the payoffs from victimhood, is that if I really see how far behind I am from everyone, I'm never going to catch up.
So I don't have to look.
And there is a discouragement and despair that can make you want to kill yourself. The point is, you don't have to kill yourself. You're going to die, but you don't have to die today.
That's it.
But again, I'm kind of get that flashback of that guy. He's probably dead by now. But that's what my mentor said, is you introduced him to the reality that he had thrown away, and he can't live with it. That's why he never came back to see you.
Well, you know what, Doc? And I hate to draw this again on racial lines, but history proves it correct. The last thing that white folks with money want to be is niggas. That's where you get the stock crash of 1929, fools jumping out of windows and shit. I think it's the concept. Okay, because I cannot deal with living like niggas live. I can't do it. Why do you think so many people are up in arms about Trump? All Trump gonna do is treat the whole country like niggas. Just buckle up. That's all he's doing. I think the key issue is the concept of catching up. To whom and for what?
But wait. I like that, Jeff. I like where you're going. Let's throw another little wrinkle on it.
Yes.
Catching up is one thing. Having the resilience and the resolve to do it is something else.
Yes.
Right? You need a work ethic, and you need resilience to be able to say, I can catch you.
And the only way to get that is to envelop yourself in the now.
Ooh.
If you are afraid,
Eckhart Tolle, let's go.
You are there, that's right where I'm coming from. If you are afraid, you in the future.
Eckhart cinnamon roll.
If you mad, you stupid. You in the past.
Yes.
In the present, there's no room for fear or anger, because I'm right here, right now. I can't affect.
Wait. Let me go back, because that was big.
That was real big.
That was big. Mm-hmm. In the future, you fucking with fear, right?
Yeah. Because of what's gonna happen.
Right. If you mad,
you fucking with the
past. Oof.
Woulda, coulda, shoulda.
That's Lao Tzu. That ain't me.
Right. So, but in the now,
see, in the now, there's no room for that.
Hey,
there's no room for that. And all you have to, once you realize that life is just a finite, it seems infinite, but it's a finite succession of right nows. It's just a finite succession of right nows. Yes. And you're stuck in a right now that isn't right now. If you're talking about what I lost, who I got to catch. No, in the words of Will Smith, I'm not going to build a big wall. I'm not going to build this freaking wall. I don't focus on that. I'm going to lay a perfect brick today.
Perfectly placed every
and
time.
If I keep doing that, if I keep laying a perfect brick every day,
I got the
and
wall
ask
of China.
myself, thank you, what the fuck does a perfect brick look like today? And lay that.
I like that. This is what I've been trying to tell my son. He's a little impatient, but I love him to death. He wants to go now. He wants to do it now. I say,
man, come on. He's still shitting high school food. What do you expect, man? He's a youngster.
You got your time. You got your time.
Let's
develop it. Melissa?
Yeah, I mean, whenever I'm, confronted or, dealing with people who are having difficulties, reconciling the past or fearful of their future, I always say, in the grand scheme, I was like, a single second in 1,000 years is the exact same measurement of time in the grand scheme of things. And it's something, and you can use that if you want to.
Well, that shit is already stolen. I just wrote it in my next book.
It's just a way for me to get, people who have sought my advice to just relax, calm down, and not be, completely absorbed by the woulda, coulda, shouldas, the past, mistakes, which are actually just blessings and lessons.
Yeah.
And the fear of future failure.
Yeah.
Because sometimes we can set ourselves up for failure because of our fear of success.
Yes.
Some people are so afraid of success because they don't have the mentality to even conceptualize what it looks like.
Being successful is going to make me even more responsible.
Exactly. And people are terrified.
So it's better to
terrified
keep-
of responsibility, because with responsibility comes accountability. You have got to own, it's complete and total ownership of who you are, your thoughts and your
The
actions.
CEO of your life.
Exactly.
So in many instances, it's better to keep that success shit over there.
Yeah.
So I can keep looking at it, because I think with a lot of people,
Because this dirty ass blanket of mediocrity is
God.
comfortable.
Fear, I feel like
it smells just like my ass.
Fear of success. Obviously there is a fear of failure, but fear of success is also,
Oh my God.
it's like the double-pronged root of mediocrity.
Kevin and then Veronica.
I want to touch on a couple things. The difference between excuse and reason, from my point of view.
From the etymological breakdown.
Etymology, yes.
Kevin.
No,
From the first man to pick up a fucking pen. That's where we coming from.
Records tell us Asclepius wrote. Okay, go ahead, nigga.
But this goes on what you were talking about. A word has an energy. So
Yes.
unless you understand the energy that word comes with, you're fucking with it. So
Wow.
excuse means the removal of a cause. So it's usually used for it. So it's usually a reason that's left for someone else either to accept or not. So if I come in and something's happened and I give you a reason, then you can excuse it or not. That's left up to you.
Wow.
As far as mediocrity and how to come out of mediocrity. If you're a mediocre person and you're hanging around nothing but mediocre people, that's where you will always be. You have to move yourself into the place of where you want to be. So people who are, if you're trying to get a business, hang around people who've done that. Don't hang around people who've talked about doing it, who want to do it. Get around people who's actually done that. Or whatever that you want to do, get around people or someone who's actually done that, and then that will bring that energy to you, as well as teach you how to move up into that type of that mash in order how to get that.
Okay.
The young lion wanted to say
my son wanted to say something really quickly again.
Here come the
This
nuggets.
nigga's trying to steal
Hit
my
us with the
time.
nuggets, bro.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say how we were talking about, the past and the future, how people's fear of failure and success affect them. But I believe, well, actually, the fact is neither the past or the future exists.
Okay. Shit.
My man.
I mean,
Go ahead, man.
so
Shit, go ahead.
you can't live in
I
the
gotta rewrite my
past.
final thought. But go ahead.
I mean, you can't live in the past or the future because they don't exist. I mean, you can't get time back, and you can't put yourself in the future. I mean, you're only in the now. While we're living, it's only right now. You're never behind or you're never forward. You can only be in the now.
Okay. Wow. I don't know if the
Jeez.
NBA.
Wow. He's scary.
I don't know if the NBA
All
is your
black men are
ambition.
scary to you, Dr. G.
But
go ahead.
But it's now my ambition for you. Fuck your other goals. You have got to make it to the NBA so that I don't have to be embarrassed after the fucking game when somebody's speaking. Where is New Williams?
What's your name? I came from.
Thank you. He don't
I
even.
came from Negro State.
Thank you. As a matter of fact, he doesn't
I
play
put the ball in the hole.
He doesn't play for any particular team. He just goes around speaking for the ignorant motherfuckers that y'all got on y'all squad.
Yeah, that's
I put the ball in the hole.
Yeah,
They paid me to run down the block and put the ball in the hole.
Yeah, I'd start looking for something to pick.
Where the hole at? I put the ball in the hole. Put some icing
I put
on
myself into slavery after that.
Put the icing on the hole. I put the ball in the hole if there's icing on
I just
it.
show up at white people's house and start doing chores after that. God damn it.
There's a ball in the hole. I know how to put stuff in holes.
No.
I got 14 kids.
No, the worst ones.
Stuff
are
goes
the
in
ones,
holes.
The ones that try to be. Oh, that's right. You gotta put something in the hole. You gotta put something in the hole. The ones that try to be articulate that ain't. My God, where's Veronica Conway?
I'm trying to get her in here, Travis.
Yeah, I'm here.
Jesus.
I'm here.
Come on, VC. Come on. Put the ball in the hole for us.
I think that people, one of the things that I notice is that when you're talking about victimization, you're talking about power and resourcefulness, right? So what everybody's kind of speaking to right now is how we use our personal power to get things done. But when you're in a victim identity, you're using power to control other people to get them to do things for you, right? Wow. It's kind of two different things. And so one of the things that I think is very practical for people, when we talk about this fear of success, fear of failure, a lot of times if we don't picture the future in advance, if we don't picture our outcomes in our mind, then we view the future with dread, right? When I help people achieve big results, it's what I find is that when they're picturing the future, they see it as painful, they see it as too much responsibility, they see it as all these things that they don't even realize that this movie is what's playing in their minds. So if we can get control of the movie that we play in our mind about how we create our future, then we become a lot more resourceful for being able to create it.
Wow.
We often don't use our brain in a very powerful way, so we view ourselves as powerless. And so if you can retrain your brain to do that, then that can be, you can get a lot of big things done.
I don't know where I put my glasses, but oh, there they are, right in front of me.
Shit.
I can't see without these.
They were in his hand.
Hey, so according to the energy of words that Zoe was just talking about, the energy of words. So the word Trump, or Donald Trump, he changed his name from Drump. Drump. But the word Trump that they changed it to means to cheat or deceive.
Wow.
So this is who they've put into office in order to fuck up the whole thing. He's come telling you one thing, and he's literally about to fuck up the whole shit.
Wow.
You know me.
But people don't understand words. Swaggart. Look up the word swaggart. Yep. Like Jimmy Swaggart?
Yep.
Look up the word. Again, when you live in a society this dominant, this powerful, don't think you run around thinking freely, motherfucker.
No, at all.
No.
We got default answers for every bullshit question you can come up with. Don't get it twisted.
That's what cracks me up when I see black folks hashtag not my president. Really? Well, which one was?
Wow.
Thank you.
If you could tell me which one was your president, since this
Barack
one isn't.
wasn't either.
Yes, and if you could explain to me, those of you who are shitting your pants because Hillary didn't win, how much better you would have it.
Hey, we got to call her real quick. I got to get to him.
Call.
We've got Andrew from Nebraska.
Andrew the Mandrew, what's up?
Hey, how you guys doing?
What's happening, Pin?
Hey, now hold on. I got a couple quick things though. You guys are talking about success, and I think one of the big issues that maybe hasn't been talked about yet. I haven't been listening that long, but I think a lot of people are accustomed to overnight success, quick success, and nowadays people aren't really conditioned to be motivated for that next step. Like you look at hip hop and some of the rappers that are out there come up overnight, millions of dollars, and that's all they talk about. Well, then you got people looking at that like, oh, I can do this real quick and make $1 million and I'll be set for life. Mm-hmm. Well, when you get that much money and you get that kind of success that quickly, you're not really trained unless you're, one of these artists or one of these people out here running businesses that have that mindset. And it's I think it's gotten a lot worse with like how big social media has gotten, and you see all these different people from different cultures making it big like that. And I can do that. I can make a 10-second video and get 1 million views and get this kind of money. But what are you going to do after that? Mm-hmm. It's a condition of the mind where it's almost like stamina of the mind.
Oh wow!
Stamina of the mind. I don't know if y'all heard the jewel, but I did.
Yeah.
Andrew from Nebraska. Thank you so much for that
Andrew.
call. We appreciate that. Wow. Listen, I'm gonna take a quick break, and then I'm gonna come on back
with the fire.
We're gonna get some final thoughts, and then I'm gonna deliver mine. You already know how I get down. This is Melyssa's first time, but I promise I won't go easy. We'll be back at 2.2. DJ Julian Ramirez takes us out with a mega mix. So What Morning Show, Hot Button Radio, Dash Radio. It's what we do. Last show of 2016. I'm going to shout out everybody who donated. If you haven't, do it now. I'm going to shout you out during the final thoughts. Donate. GoFundMe.com/Zoe Williams. Get at me right now. I'll holla. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the final thought of 2016. Great year. Well, it was a weird year. A lot of deaths. It's a universal 9, by the way. Speaking numerologically. It's a universal 9. 9 is death, but beginning. Loss, but gaining. You got to lose some shit to gain some shit. So a lot of loss, but that's setting up the gain. Because next year is a universal 10 year. 10 is success, expansion, growth. So 9 represents pruning, but it also represents seeding. So we got to prune some dead shit and seed the new shit. Okay. So that's kind of, the Negro numerology report by this nigger here.
Niggerology.
Niggerology. So let me just break this down. I got a question with regards to today's topic.
Put it down, pimp tight.
Are you a white knight for your weaknesses? Don't choke. I see you, Jeff. We got a lot of people out there.
While I'm drinking.
We got a lot of people out there that are white knights. They rescue their weaknesses right when their weakness is about to be unraveled. Because within every weakness, there's an inherent strength.
What had happened was...
You see what I'm saying? What people don't understand about temperature is that it's one thing. You get caught up on one side or the other thinking you different. No, it's all temperature. It's either hot or cold or warm. There's infinite degrees in between. It's one thing. You see? So when we talk about this power that is inherent within you, the first thing you have to understand is no matter how wise or unwise the people are around you, they all serve you. In a sense, you don't get to get the wisest person until you're around some bullshit. You need contrast, right? But you're not supposed to be jaded by the experience. Oh, this is hard. This is hard. Sometimes we'll go through some bullshit and get jaded by the experience. Then we'll promote fear as a personal advisor. Fear becomes the visor of our life. Don't do that
bullshit
because
I still got stuck on me.
You see what I'm saying? Again, when I'm pointing things out to people, I want everybody to understand your weaknesses have your strength encoded in them, but it must be a confrontation. You can't baby your weaknesses. Don't be a white knight, a rescuer for your weaknesses. That's important.
Let them die.
Again, my son's lefty. I'm lefty. When I played basketball, niggas used to crack jokes. They said, oh, Zoe got polio in his right arm. He won't use it. His arm is up here. He won't use his right hand. But when I recognized that my kid had an aptitude, I said, I got to make him learn his right hand. What I didn't learn. You see what I'm saying? You got to fucking aggressively go after your weaknesses. You have to. Again, envy makes you a deadbeat person. If you're envious of another person trying to do better than they're doing in their life, you're a deadbeat person because you got a path. Your path isn't to do somebody else's shit better than they did it. You see what I'm saying? That makes you a deadbeat person. If you're sitting there comparing and judging yourself versus someone else, that's a deadbeat person. Fear makes you a deadbeat person. Blame makes you a deadbeat person. As my girl said here, Melyssa, not wanting to accept the challenge of life, seeing it as an impediment as opposed to an opportunity, that makes you a deadbeat person. It's 2017. If black people don't come together and do better by each other, we just gonna be a deadbeat society, a deadbeat culture, a culture that is really on its way to the cemetery. You think it's bad for everybody else. Imagine what bad looked like for us. It's a cold situation. I'm Zoe Williams, and that's my final thought. Let's get everybody's information right Now, Veronica, where can they find you? How do they support you? What is the deal?
Yeah, you can find me at blackmastery.com. It's a little program that I have.
Just a little one.
You can carry me around in your back pocket. And you can also go to tinyurl.com/90-day blitz. That's 90-DAY blitz, BLITZ.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Dr. G?
At Mark Goulston, tweet me, MarkGoulston, or check out Steve Jobs Returns at LinkedIn. Just do a search for that, and you'll find my video outtakes of my presentations there. Bye.
Oh, Kevin.
Realnagas.com, REELNAGAS. If you want the zip hoodies, the new zip hoodies, also for the status classes. Also, you can hit me up at realnagas@gmail.com.
New Williams. I want everybody to go join my son, New Williams, his Instagram page for your business. What is it? BewareOptix?
Yeah.
He looked at me and was like, I only have 2 followers. I'm going to need you on this one. Go ahead, my friend.
Nah, but yeah, it's BewareOptix, BEWARE Optics, OPTIX.
All right. Follow the young lord. Follow the young lion. Jeff Brown.
At GB Funny Style is the Twitter, and I promise I'm going to start tweeting.
Maybe face.
Yes, exactly. Come get them beats. If you need them, holler at me. Jeff's Brownies coming out very, very soon. I know I keep promising it, but it is coming this year.
Awesome. Melyssa Ford.
Jeff's Brownies. I need some. Okay. The Melyssa Ford on Instagram, TheMelyssaford, and on Twitter, I am Miss Melyssa Ford, MissMelyssaford.
And as is promised, let me shout everybody out. Rob Overstreet, $20. Mark Fowler, $35. Rick Massey, $10. Lawrence Knight, $33. David Walker, $20. This is a name. Baruti Abdullah. I don't know this. Nokasher. Let me just make sure that's okay. Yeah. Okay, that's $20 from them.
20 syllables.
Right. Cliff Thomas, $50. Tanja Tucker, $30. Yeah, we got a lot of people chiming in today. Hey, we appreciate all of the donations. If you want to participate, that is Zoe Williams, or that is www.gofundme.com/Zoe Williams. Continue the movement. We're going to be out of here in 2.2 seconds, but let me reaffirm this. You're only a failure if you don't act. You're not a failure if you don't reach what you're trying to reach. Let's just go deep. I got 2 minutes. Let's just go deep. Let me explain something to you about the uncertainty principle. See, scientists figured it out. Heisenberg's uncertainty principle. If this is an electron, I can't know its location and its momentum at the same time. I can't know 2 things about it at the same time. Now, I can know where it's at, but if I know where it's at, it's only an approximation. I still can't know its momentum. Or I can calculate the momentum, but then I really don't know where it's at. What does that mean when you live in a reality that's based on the observer, right? Well, they didn't got so fucking weird with the science. The fucking electron knows when it's being observed. So it turns into a physical space-time particle when it is aware of the observer. What does that say about the law of attraction?
Oh, they looking.
Oh, God, this is what the law of attraction missed. Yes, you get what you are, you get what you want, but you get an approximation of it. Not exactly. Because uncertainty is built into the matrix.
Because all them atoms change.
So I try to tell people, listen, you can get exactly what you want, but it's rare. You either get more of what you wanted. I didn't expect to get this much. Or you get just a little bit underneath what you wanted. Damn, I was almost there. But guess what prohibits you from really getting it when you really want it? Fear, envy, all the low vibrational thought processes, because the observer creates the matrix. What you get is based off of the content of your consciousness. And if you're a bullshit deadbeat person, That's the kind of reality you're going to have with uncertainty built in it. Oh, that's ugly. I know.
If you guys want a deeper understanding of what Zoe's talking about, you can watch a movie called What the Bleep Do We Know?
This nigga is in my final thought again?
I think so.
Shit. I don't even like this
you
nigga no more.
concluded your final thought. This is your last
Yeah, I thought he was
sentence.
just talking. I didn't think he was just talking.
Shit, I get to get the mega mix.
Usually our mics are killed and we are sworn to secrecy and silence during the
Damn it. Engineer, we should have shut these motherfuckers off. This motherfucking Run DMC version of the final thought. It's just, DMC ain't supposed to be in here? Okay, no, I'm just fucking around. I know, it's all good. I got love for you guys. We'll see you guys next year, man.
Oh, you wouldn't cut the
ZOWHAT show. We holla. Deuces.
You wouldn't cut the damn mic off. All right, dude.